Climate Defenders by Penelope. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful planet called Earth. It was filled with stunning wide oceans and wonderful scenic landscapes. Mother Nature was happy and could breathe in all its fresh air. At one point, the dinosaurs roamed the planet and there was no fossil fuels or plastic. After the dinosaurs had been made extinct, the humans came along. In the old days, the humans were good. They walked or rode horses. They made things by hand, sewed their own clothes, and they cooked with a fireplace. Then after a while, the humans stopped doing things like this. They started to destroy the land with their inventions, like cars, their plastic, and their factories, thinking little of what it would do to the planet. Mother Nature smiled a little less and breathed less fresh air. With great sadness, her animals lost their homes and over the years began to fade away. The humans kept on ignoring the increase of these fossil fuels as they made more plastic and used cars more instead of walking. Mother Nature grew mad with rage. So more horrific storms, deadly floods, and awful droughts started to come. People sadly lost their lives, homes, and businesses. But still, little has been done to stop the increase of fossil fuels and stop the frightful effects of climate change. Well done, Penelope. That was a good piece on our topic. How does it make you feel? Asked Miss Jones. It makes me feel downhearted because no one cares about the animals or nature suffering. I am angry as no one stops to think about what they are doing to the animals or Earth. Good reply, Penelope. Please sit down now, Miss Jones told her. Thank you, Penelope replied shyly. Penelope is an intelligent, sporty and unique 8-year-old girl who is also a climate champion. She is angry because people keep using their cars instead of walking or using public transport and keep producing plastic. They don't understand the damage they are causing by doing this. She really wants to explore the world but worries that climate change will destroy that dream. As corals will die, animals disappear, storms will destroy places, water will drown places, and rainforests may not exist, it makes her feel devastated and vexed. So she decided she has to do something as she is determined and never likes to give up. Penelope had asked her friends to help her on this quest. Their names are Lucy and Grace. Both are determined to help beat climate change. They called themselves the Climate Defenders. They decided that maybe the Prime Minister could help them. So they all wrote a letter to him, telling him that he should help stop people from driving cars so much and using less plastic. But he did not reply, and they amused that he did not care or have time to reply. Penelope felt like giving up because he was the Prime Minister and he could be the one to help the cause, but he isn't helping. So after the Prime Minister didn't help, the three girls thought to message the council. So they wrote a letter to the council, but there was no reply either. It made them feel like no one was listening and it felt like a battle. Who was going to help? Then the girls realised that they had to start off small to make a big difference. The next day, Penelope went to her head teacher and talked to him about climate change and what the climate defenders want to do about it. I think we should help stop climate change, as it will lead to chaos and there will be barely anything left on the earth for future generations. I think we should assist climate change by making small changes like driving cars less and reducing plastic, Penelope told Mr. Lawrenson. Mr. Lawrenson replied, I think that is a brilliant idea, and we should do an assembly on it, and you should talk in it. Penelope felt happy because Mr. Lawrenson agreed to help, and it felt like they could achieve something now. That afternoon, they had an assembly. Mr. Lawrenson allowed Penelope to give a speech about climate change and how they can make some small changes like using less plastic and telling their parents to walk to school rather than coming in the car. Mr. Lawrenson then pledged that the school would start doing their part in reducing plastic and telling people to walk more. Penelope and the climate defenders were ecstatic that the school were going to do their part. As the months went by, the school started to make plastic pledges and events to raise awareness in the community. Penelope and the climate defenders were hopeful that others would follow. Penelope used less plastic at home and walked more. She was optimistic that small actions make big differences. Maybe this would help climate change.